Hey, I'm a Dakar rider and today I'm going to be showing you how to navigate through the desert while racing. This is called a roadbook, and yeah, there's a lot of information to read. Today I'm going to show you how to read it. The first thing you need to do is take your roadbook and put it into your roadbook holder, and yeah, it's quite like an old school system in the end, but I think that's like part of the beauty of rally, you know, like we haven't changed to a GPS just follow an arrow through the desert. Yeah, it's a little bit finicky to put in. We've obviously got a screen that we have to pop off and yeah, stick it to the bottom rail, and yeah, it basically rolls in. And when you start out rallying, you're always like super nervous about it getting twisted or getting jammed, and honestly, like the more that you worry about trying to keep it straight, the more problems you have. This part's a little bit harder to put in normally. Again, thread it through. Again, the tape is stuck like every time. Find the rail in the back there, stick it on, and then find your way to the first note, lock it in place, and then put your cover back on. I'll explain to you a few of the buttons that I got here on the handlebars. Obviously, start the bike, turn the bike off. This is traction control maps, so we don't need them to navigate. Horn, lights, fuel tanks. Basically, the navigation equipment is this sort of device here. Normally, at the start of a stage, you want to be matching your kilometers to the kilometers that you have on the GPS. Here you have a compass heading, electronic compass. Some of the notes you'll see have caps on, just to reconfirm the route, like especially if you go off piste, so you're not actually following a track, you're in like no man's land, as we are right now, as you can see around me. And in them situations you have to follow a cap. So this is electric compass, and then we're certain along the route we'll have waypoints, and this is what this arrow is for. And yeah, back to the toggle switch. 1 second. And then so when I toggle the switch, it moves the roadbook. As I sort of progress through the stage and need to go through to the next kilometer, the buttons on the left hand side are to adjust your odometer. So occasionally when you're in the off piste and then you rejoin a track, you might have more kilometers or less kilometers, so you'll either add or take away to make sure that you're always matching up to the roadbook. The green buttons are a spare one, which is this one, which normally I have on speed, because we have speed zones throughout the stage sometimes where we have to do the correct speed, so you need to know what speed you're doing, but we can also use it as a backup odometer in case this one breaks or you have some trouble. And it's basically the same, you can go up and down with the kilometers. Basically a quick explanation of the actual roadbook diagrams before we set off. Obviously, I said before, you want to try and always have your odometer matching to the kilometer. As you go, you'll accumulate kilometers, and yeah, obviously, so at 0.4 I'm supposed to exit the piste in cap 358 for 150 meters, and then rejoin the next piste, which is sandy and rough. That's the sort of rally code. It's all in French. Obviously, the most important thing is where you're going, because you don't want to ride into something or off something or into a rock. So that's like priority one, is look where you're going, and then you'll try and look down and look back up sort of really quickly, that you don't take your eyes off the road for too long. So you always want to kind of have an idea of which kilometer you're at to know what's coming up next. So 0.9 for example is quite an important note, because it's two sand spits, like sand dunes across the track, which is a danger too. And also the piste is twisty and a little bit uphill. At 1.1, which obviously then your odometer would have accumulated and you would arrive to 1.1 kilometers. Again, I need to exit the track. I exit the main piste on tracks in cap heading 303. So it's like another mindset then, because you've left a 4x4 track, or like left the road which is defined, and now you're sort of in no man's land following the cap. 1.3, you exit the main piste. This is still on a track, but you exit the main piste down a drop in cap 286 towards the palm trees. That's another explanation of a tulip, but you need to be doing it sort of on the fly and then yeah, try and go really fast and win. Yeah, so now I've done a basic explanation of it. Let's see how it goes. So yeah, here we are at the start of a stage. Need to make sure everything's at 0. Here the first note is 0.0, obviously, where we start, and it shows a danger 1, which are the 2 sand mounds, cap 357. We're 355 right now, so we know we're more or less on the right track. So let's go. As you can see coming up, there's like a sand dune into vegetation. Yeah, now we're at 1.1. We need to exit the piste to the left on tracks in cap 303, so now we're 305, makes sense. Next note is coming around really quick, so 1.2 already. And yeah, we're already at the next note, but it shows that we have to go around the hole. So we've come from this direction, we're going to go around this and rejoin the piste. So 1.3, we need to exit the piste to the left, down the hill and towards the oasis palm trees, which you can see there in the distance. Slow down for the danger 2. 17 on the left, and then in 100 meters change to 197. Already at 2.7 coming up. We're rejoining the piste. We need to go left. Still 3.1. Right, we're in 3.1. Exit the piste, quite a sharp corner. We'll change to 151. We got some friends out here. Don't speak goat, so hopefully they all get out of the way. Yee-hoo! Hey boys! What's going on? They're out of the way. So now it's a bit tricky, so we're supposed to be in 151, but you can see there's loads of hills and dunes, so we need to find our way through. Next, let's go to 108, which is more or less the same direction. 108. There you go, 5 kilometers. Right, so that was just 5 kilometers. Normally we do 300-400. As you can see, there's quite a lot going on. Quite a lot to think about while trying to go as fast as you can for 14 days. And yeah, when you start adding in fatigue and dust and other races, there's a lot of things to think about, but it's also what makes it such a cool sport and something quite different from other disciplines. So I hope you enjoyed the little tour here with me, and yeah, see you next time.